you doing? Well, today is day 4 of the whole 3 things I'm thankful for challenge out of 5 days. In fact, tomorrow I might have a special guest. Not kidding, I actually, believe it or not, it'll be somebody else on screen with me. Though it'll be a youngin', and we'll see whether or not he actually goes on screen with me or not. Anyways, so what am I thankful for? Well, number 1 for today, my wall. That's going to sound very strange. In the studio, I've got an overhead door as one of my walls, which is always cool. I've mentioned in the regular blog posting versions of this thing that it's really cool to be able to lift the overhead door during a beautiful day and enjoy the sunshine, or in the evenings, or like the other day when it was raining. It's wonderful. But I found another use for it. No kidding, this is awesome. And I'm going to show you. Because one of the problems I have, being an ADHD person, is staying on track at times. So what I did, I discovered it becomes a great surface for Sharpies. So there is my wall for keeping, a little bit more together. And so what projects I've got going on, what state part of the projects are in, the game projects in particular, like Jumpman Forever, you can see that Ouya has shipped. PC and Mac is close. iOS and Android is a little further down the road yet. Not all of the different projects have even been filled out yet. And a couple of the projects are actually in proposal stages. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Plus, you can see Devin Walker had provided me that really cool poster that says, "I am an entrepreneur." It stands as a reminder to me, and particularly the last line at the bottom is really kind of a cool thing for everybody whoever does business for themselves. "I do not take counsel from my fears." It is easy to get wound up and stuck in the things that you're afraid of, be it, "Oh wow, I'm not going to make the bills next month," or what have you. You cool off, you strive forward. That's the big thing with it, is if you get vapor locked on your fears, man, you're done. Not to say that's the only way to fail. Far from it. Or as Devin Walker once told me, only way to end up in pre-success. Pre-success meaning that your projects never actually fail. It's just that some of them haven't found a way to succeed yet. Whatever. I'm not sure that I completely agree with him. I believe there is a point where things fail. But he's an extremely positive person. He's kind of a cool guy. And then one of the other things, let's see if I'll show this to you real quick again. It's another reminder for me. It says, "And the men who hold high places must be the ones to start, to forge a new reality closer to the heart." It's a lyric from a Rush song. And I always like that lyric because it implies that to really make things change, the people at the top have to be there. So these two things, the "I am an entrepreneur" and the song lyric from Rush, stick at the very corner where I can see them all the time. They are constant reminders of the things that I represent, the things that I go after in life. I think it's a pretty awesome way of doing it. And then the rest of the wall, of course, now gives me this big board of things to just actually look at and realize where things are at and what I should be doing and what the priority items are. Staying on priority and staying on task is a difficult problem for me sometimes. I'm very creative. That's part of what usually goes with ADHD, is a lot of creativity, a lot of great thoughts, great ideas, and poor execution because you don't stay focused on any of them. This is going to help me stay focused a little bit better, I hope. But I'm thankful that this whole thing ends up being this huge, gigantic whiteboard. I mean, how awesome is that? And actually, all 3 of mine today all fall on the same line. So, my second one, and this is one of those, it depends on what you believe in type things. I'm thankful for my relationship with God, or to some people my relationship with the universe, or some people to the idea of serendipity, or any number of things, or just random occurrence, or just good critical thinking skills. I often take a drive and just go out in the country and look up the stars and, well, for lack of a better term, talk to God. Not that God talks back to me and says, "Davis, this is what you should do." In fact, you should probably worry if I ever say, God told me that, Davis, you should do this. Because if God actually starts directly to me like that, either one, I'm the next Moses, and that's highly, highly unlikely, and you should be afraid of it. And or two, I've had a psychotic break, and God now speaks to me, and it's of course my own head. So yeah. But sometimes going out and just taking that time, and again, it depends on what you believe. Going out and taking that time to go up, look at the stars, and talk out my problems. It gives me great insight. And part of the great insight from last night was I finally figured out what and how I want to do some of the things with the studio, and how to achieve the goals, and how to make basically the most change impact possible. Only in my local community, really, and the most impact of change possible. It's still a one guy. It's still not exactly part of that men who hold places thing. But there are ways that I can help set a template for new ideas and thinking in business that are better and, well, closer to the heart. And so that time out talking to God, that gave me that. 3, my connections. And weird stories and circles and round and round. A local college, I actually am on the advisory board. Yes, me, who never actually bothered to graduate college. I went and walked the Great Wall instead. Is on an advisory steering board advisory committee for game development and 3D development and things like this. And I've already set up a meeting with them to talk about internships. What could I do to bring in interns into the studio to help people learn game business? Not just game development, but the whole thing from end to end. I want people to understand, because game developers were horrible about the idea of, well, all we really need to do is write a game, because that's what I'm passionate about. And we forget the rest of it. So, we don't do the marketing, we don't do the business side of it. It's not that I don't know how to do it, and I've been doing better at it. It's just don't do as much as I should. The idea behind the internship is when they get involved in it, they're going to be working on the process from beginning to end. Everything involved, from the idea of how are we going to market this product, to executing marketing, to working on the product itself, to every bit of that portion, how to deal with teams, all of it. But I want to have a sit down and find the best way for this to happen. So that's my 3 things: my studio wall, my relationship with God, and my connections. Those are my 3 things that I'm thankful for today. And tomorrow I'll be doing another one, the final of the 5 days, and I'll have, like I said, a little guest with me maybe, and even be doing it for a different location. Ooh, traveling blog now. But yeah, kind of cool anyways. And after that, apparently, I've been challenged one more thing, which is 10 books that have influenced me and stuck with me, or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but eventually I'll get around to it too. And someday I'll be done with all these little challenges things, and I'll go back to the regular video blog, which is, I don't know, more or less interesting, depends on your point of view. So, anyways, until tomorrow, which is really only a couple hours. Well, actually only 30 minutes is tomorrow, but I haven't slept yet by then. Until tomorrow. Bye. Wait a minute. Hopefully you didn't tune out yet. There's one more thing. If you saw the preview at the front, I wanted to mention this. If you saw the preview at the front of the video, it showed a weird little image of some bald guy. Well, actually, this comes from a project. You can find the guy on Twitter called T. Parius. that is basically you send them a picture of you or a couple of pictures of you, and they turn you into an old retro style video game character. So this is me in my kilt when I had my head shaved. So that's actually came from them. I won a contest to have it done, so they sent me that, and yeah. So anyways, I wanted to make sure that that got mentioned because it's kind of cool, folks, and yeah, I hate to have them give me cool stuff and then not tell anybody about them. Anyways, check them out. Okay, really, now I'm done.